Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the I Teach channel, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your own practicum portfolio for the Learning Delivery Modality Course 2. Okay, so right now I'm going to share the work of Mr. April Aureliano, the teacher 2 of our school. So I am their LAC leader. I'm Maricel Drio, master teacher 2 of Soldiers Hills for Elementary School. All right, so this is the front page. Okay, so of course you will be putting there the logo of the Department of Education, Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 4A, City Schools Division of Bacoor, Soldiers Hills 4 Elementary School, Molinos 6, Bacoor, City of Bacoor, Cavite. So this will be your header. And then you're going to write here. So, syempre, depende yan sa inyo guys kung ano ang gusto ninyong itsura ng inyong um, front page. Pero ito kasi yung napili ko kasi very artistic si Sir April. So, learning modality, course 2, the title of course, and then practicum portfolio artifacts or MOVs. So, that is the page 1. Of course, nandun yung pangalan nyo. Nandun din yung pangalan ng LAC leader ninyo. And then, let's go to the next page. So, the next page, the page 2 will be the table of contents. So there, in the table of contents, you will have the name of artifacts and then the page number. Alright, just be sure na talaga kung page 1 ba yun, page 2, page 3, page 4, nag-ano talaga, align talaga siya doon sa number of pages. Kasi minsan ito yung nagiging problema sa mga ipinapasa sa akin. Pag chine-check ko, hindi naman page 4 pero yung nakalagay page 4. So that's it. Alright, so we have here page 5, lesson plans, teacher-made modified learning resources, page 6, certificates of participation in any professional development activities, page 7, reflective summary, that will be your page 9 to 9, page 8 to 9, MOVs on engaging learners for their progress and achievement, that will be page 11, alright, and MOVs on professional engagement with colleagues is page 12. Okay? Medyo palalakihan ko siya kasi para makita ninyo. Okay, ayan. So, sa page 2, meron pa rin siyang header. Okay, so kung nakita nyo naman, ayan yung name of artifacts, page. Ayan. So, sa page 11 na tayo kanina. So, in page 11, you will see the MOVs on engaging learners for their progress and achievement. MOVs on professional engagement with colleagues, ito yung page 12. And MOVs on engaging key stakeholders in the teaching learning process. All right, so we are now done with the table of contents. So now, pupunta na tayo sa page 3. Alright, so may header pa rin siya. Ayan. So, syempre, sa page 3, lalagay mo dyan, required artifacts. Ayan. So, para makita nyo yung buo, ayan. O, diba? Alright. So, maganda itong gawa ni Sir. Alright. So, ipapakita ko ngayon sa inyo sa kanyang page 4. Ano yung nakalagay sa page 4? So, syempre, may header ulit. Name of the artifacts. Okay. So, we have individual learning monitoring plans. So the professional standards trend there, 3.1, learners, gender needs, strength, interest, and experience. So ilalagay mo dyan yung mga individual learning monitoring plan mo. So ito yan, syempre, tinago ni Sir ang name ng kanyang mga students. Ayan. So it shows only na talagang pin-repair niya ni teacher April. All right? So ang annotation dyan, I usually kept my students up to date on the lesson and assignments that I assigned to them via messenger or phone call. I also gave them the printed task to help them with the lecture. I ensure that students finish and comprehend the lessons by explaining the term in the simplest way. So, pwede nyo rin guys ipakita dito yung mga chat nyo sa inyong mga students. Ayan. Pwede siyang maging isa sa mga MOVs. Alright. Okay, next one. Let's go to name of artifacts, lesson plans. So, ito yung ginagamit natin. Siyempre, at first kasi we are using the LE right now. Sunod nun ay WHLP. Tapos ang sunod ngayon, LEAP na. Alright, so the professional standard strand, we have 3.4 learners in difficult circumstance, 4.1 planning and management of teaching and learning process, 4.2 learning outcome aligned with learning competencies, 5.1 design selection, organization, and utilization of assignment or of assessment strategies. So dito, ginawa ni Sir na MOVs niya ang kanyang mga ito LE. Ito kasi yung una namin ginamit. Alright, so we have the LE. Okay, so ngayon ang ginagamit namin ay LEAP na and WHLP. Okay, so ang nilagay lang dito ni Sir ay LE. So when I plan the lesson, annotation is Sir, when I plan the lesson, I carefully ensure that my students can grasp it by assigning exercises that are appropriate for their knowledge and abilities. I make certain that they will like all the activities by engaging them in intriguing and enjoyable games. I constantly double-checked that our lecture was matched with the required competencies. Ayan, very good itong annotation ni Sir. Actually, Sir is a blended teacher. Right? So that's why ito yung nakalagay dito niya, intriguing and enjoyable games. Kasi, of course, if you are a blended teacher, you can do this to your students. Okay? So let's go to page 6. So the name of the artifacts here is the teacher made or modified learning resources. The professional strand is 4.5 teaching and learning resources including ICT. Ayan. So dahil blended learning si Sir, marami siyang mailalagay dito. Okay. Ayan. So pwede din naman kapag modular teacher ka naman, actually kung modular teacher ka, pwede ka naman mag-upload ng iyong mga videos through YouTube kasi 'di ba? Halimbawa kung ang bata ay wala talaga siyang permanent na ano na I mean wifi connection. So kapag meron siyang data connection, pwede kanyang mapanood sa YouTube or sa Facebook. Ayan, kasi guys, yan din yung ginagawa ko. Nag-send ako ng lesson sa kanila, especially sa mga modular ko ng mga students. Sabi ko sa kanila, I'm encouraging them na kapag meron silang wifi or meron silang data, ayan, pwede nilang panoorin yun para maintindihan nila lalo yung lesson. Ayan, kasi dito kasi including ICT. Ayan. So, maraming naipakita si Sir gawa ng siya ay blended teacher. The instructional materials which I use to teach my students are done in an innovative, interesting, and appealing manner so that my students will play an active role and be inspired to learn. Ayan. So, very good. Actually, I observed teacher April's class and it was really very fun, engaging because he was a science teacher. So even online siya, talagang nakikita ko na nagpa-participate yung mga bata. At the same time, nag-experiment talaga sila during the class. All right. Very good, si Sir. Okay, next one. We are now on page 7. So here, the name of the artifacts are the certificates of participation in any professional development activities. So we have here the professional strand. Okay, 7.3, professional links with colleagues. Professional development goals. All right. So here, pinakita ni Sir ang kanyang mga certificates coming from different webinars. So nakita niyo naman, meron siyang national. Ayan. So, grabe pala to si Sir. Okay naman, meron siya mga national seminars. Alright. So, meron din naman kami sa school kasi marami kami mga webinars sa school. So, ang anyang annotation, with all this certification, I am driven to accomplish my work effectively and confidently and it allows me to accomplish better, grow my talents, and improve my limitations. Actually, di ba, kung ano natin, if we're going to look back, talagang tayo mga teachers, nag-iisip pa tayo, dati kaya ba natin ang pandemic na ito? Pero nakaya natin, okay? We survived. Ayan. So, next. We have the page 8, name of artifact, reflective summary. Of course, you're going to write all your reflections here. So professional strand, the standard strand, we have the 7.4, professional reflection and learning to improve practice. So we have the module 1 course orientation. The first module has taught me about the various learning delivery modalities and platforms, as well as their purposes, features, and pedagogies, which will be very useful in delivering in this new normal. Our current circumstance will not prevent me from providing outstanding education to my students. That's for module number 1. Then let's go to module number 2, most essential learning competencies. The milk were offered to us by the department as a resource of determining and implementing learning delivery modalities that are appropriate to learn or appropriate for the diversity of our learners, particularly in the light of the pandemic. It is not easy to learn how to unpack the milks. Milks should be matched with the curriculum guides, content, and performance standards. I need to determine the knowledge and abilities that I will need to integrate into the session, then unpack and combine them to essential competencies. It is critical for us instructors to grasp the process because we must embrace it in this new normal. And I'm able to meet the needs of my students. All right, that's for module number 3. Module number 2. Now let's go to module number 3. In this period of pandemic, collaboration among teachers, parents, and stakeholders in the learning process makes education viable. I learned how to create a weekly home learning plan to help our students study independently at home. I also aided parents in their role as teachers to their children, allowing them to keep them up to date with the learners' daily activities. I must use extreme caution while giving resources to learners. These materials must be appropriate for their diverse learning styles. It is a difficult responsibility to provide for the demands of the learners during this pandemic because not all of them have internet connection. We teachers make certain that they have access to all of the things they require. Education is always a possibility provided we have all the necessary techniques, resources, and love for our student. All right. So very good and reflection is sir. Okay, now for module 4. Joining a Lux session has an impact on my professional growth and development. I learned how to deal with the issues that arouse during the teaching and learning process throughout the pandemic. Module 5. This course taught me a lot throughout my time on it, despite the fact that it took some time for me to fully comprehend what was in it. I would I how would I carry it out? How would it be implemented to the learners, and how would I address their requirements in the process during this pandemic? But as time passed, I learned how to use the various learning resource management systems as a weapon to meet the needs of the learners during the learning process. Collaboration, cooperation, and teamwork with my co-teachers aided me greatly in learning the materials that I required. We cannot achieve excellence without the assistance of our parents who served as teachers of learners at home. I am really delighted to have completed this course, and I hope that the lessons we have learned will serve as a guide for us as we continue to establish a wonderful future for our children. Ayun, ang page 9 ni Sir. Wow, ganda naman ng mga reflections ni Sir. All right, so here we have the page 10. So here in the page 10, we have the learning develop. Of course, we have kanina, it's the required. Right now, this is self-selected artifacts. So Tingnan natin kung ano mga pinili ni Sir. Okay? So we have the name of the artifacts. We have the MOVs on engaging learners for their progress and achievement. So we have here the professional standard is monitoring and evaluation of learners' progress and achievement. This is 5.2. And 5.3 is the feedback to improve learning. So kung nakita nyo dito, ayan. So inaano talaga lahat ni Sir. Ayan. That's a screenshot of the messenger, mga messages ng kanyang mga students. Ayan, kung nakita nyo naman, pinapakita dito ni Sir, oh, no worries. Ayan. So, accepted pa rin ni Sir kahit na late na. Ayan. So, very good. Ayan. So, dito naman, ano si Sir, sinesend niya sa GC ng kanyang section ang lahat ng mga link kung paano matutunan nila yung lessons. Ayan. So, annotation, I can attest to the growth of my students by monitoring and evaluating them. I can also see if there is anything else that needs to be done. Of course, ayan, very good. All right, so next one, we have the name of artifacts is the MOVs on professional engagement with colleagues. So we have professional stand here, standard stand. We have the professional links with colleagues. So here, ayan, pinakita dito ni Sir ang mga, ang aming, actually marami ito. Sobrang dami namin mga webinars. Kaya alam niyo naman yan guys, bilang teacher. So annotation, my professional progress and development are influenced by a lack session. I have learned how to address problems during the entire duration during the teaching and learning process. Ayan. Okay, now let's go to page 13. Name of the artifacts again is the MOVs and engaging key stakeholders in the teaching and learning process. So the professional strand, standard strand is 5.4 communication of learners' needs, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders. 6.2 engagement of parents and the wider school community in the educative process. So kung nakita nyo naman, ito may parents orientation si Sir. Ito naman, nandito yung aming principal, nagsasalita. Ayan. So, ito yung mga parents. So, annotation, stakeholders have a major role in the learning process of all students during the pandemic. It is a learning route for greatness. Ayan. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng stakeholders. And there you have it, guys. Yan po ang mai-share ko sa inyo. Thank you very much, Sir April M. Aroliano, for letting me to share your output, your portfolio. So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much, and see you next time. See you tomorrow. I'll gonna upload naman yung portfolio naman ng mga LAC leaders. Bye! And by the way, if you have questions and queries, please drop the comments below. Bye, guys.